friends, and welcome to another edition of Center Presbyterian Church Jam, Jesus and Me, where each week we look at a verse of Scripture and we look at how that could be something that we think about at home or in our lives each day. Now, Jesus said a lot of words in the Bible, didn't he? And we have Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, the four Gospels, to help us know some of those words. But I like to think of some of those words as being very, very special and easy to remember. And one of the things Jesus said was, "I am the light of the world." Now, Jesus didn't mean daytime and nighttime like we know we have each day. We wake up and because of the sun or because the day has begun early, it is light outside and we can see everything around our home or in our yards. And also at night, when the sun goes down, we can look up and see the stars if it's clear, or we rely on light outside or inside to provide that light because it's dark outside because of the earth. But he meant that we are supposed to listen to what he says in this way. Jesus says, "I am the light of the world." And what he means is that there is a lot of darkness in our world. And there is a lot of things like people being mean or things on the news that are not easy to hear, or things that maybe we're afraid of or wish were not a part of our lives. He means that darkness is all over, and it sometimes makes us feel sad and even afraid. But Jesus says, "I am the light of the world." And what he means is, whether you are a child or an adult, or whether anything is going on around you or in the world that brings about sadness or fear, that because Jesus is alive and in our hearts, that we have hope, that we can find some peace, and we can draw closer to him and feel better because Jesus is all-powerful. And what I have here is a little candle that I hope can help you remember this verse inside your heart and in your mind. "I am the light of the world," Jesus said, "and that light shines both day and night in all times and all places." You know, without Jesus, the light would look very, very unseen or simple, even if we could come up with some light. But watch this. Jesus is the light of the world, and his light is always shining wherever we are and whatever's going on. I like to think because he said, "I am the light of the world," we can think about that day and night and at all times. Well, to help us remember this verse, I've invited my friend Paula to come and help us, and she is going to share a signing of this verse, "I am the light of the world," just as Jesus said. So welcome, Paula. Thank you for coming in. And I'm going to read this verse quietly twice, or not quietly, but for you twice, and then Paula will share it with our signing. "I am the light of the world." And I'll read that one more time. "I am the light of the world." And now our friend Paula will help us say that in signing. "I am the light of the world." We'll try that again. "I am the light of the world." Let's even do that one more time because it's such a pretty verse and a special verse to many. "I am the light of the world." So maybe you have a flashlight or some special light in your home. Of course, you can hit the light switch, right? And the lights will go on, but maybe you can find a light in your home, or maybe your parents or even grandparents could help you find one that you could keep in your room or where you like to be when you are thinking or playing And when you look at that light and turn it on, you will remember just one of the many things Jesus said, but one of the most beautiful and easy to remember. I am the light of the world. Thank you, friends, and we have some more fun coming your way next.
Miss Patty here to do a craft with you that goes along with our Bible verse that Pastor Bill talked about earlier in today's session. And do you remember what it is? Well, if you forget, I have it right here, and it's let your light shine before others, and it's from Matthew 5, verse 16. So we're going to do a candle craft to help you shine. So this craft is a little bit we're going to do a little bit more folding, so it might be a little bit more intensive than our last one. And it's also a craft that would be good if you have construction paper. So, and if you don't, white paper will be fine. We can work with that. But if you want to use construction paper to make your candle with or your base out of, you could do that. But like I said, if you just have white paper, we'll use that, and I'll show you where you could color it to make a colorful candle if you would like. So to start with, you'll need your paper, either white or construction paper, a glue stick if you have one, but like Miss Patty, I don't, so I have a stapler, I have some tape, I have a marker, a pair of scissors, and some crayons. And I know you guys like your regular marker, so that'll be fine too. So to start with, we're going to start with the candle. So whatever you're going to use white paper, we have it, but if you're going to use construction paper, get the color that you're going to use for your candles. So when you have that, what we're going to do is we're going to start and we're going to fold the paper in half. So right in half. So fold that and take your time folding it. Make a nice crease, make it real straight. And once you have that folded, then we're going to fold it in half again. So again, take your time, get those edges together, and make a real straight, tight crease. Okay, so then it should look like this. And then when you're all done, you can open it up. And in that center part where there's that straight line, take your scissors, take your time, and just cut as best as you can, staying on that line. So just take your time, make a real nice straight cut. And then this side you can put off to the side for right now, and we're going to use this to make our candles with. So if you have the white paper and you want to make a colorful candle, this would be the time where you could do that. So whatever color you want to do, you color this, but make sure you color both sides, because when we make the candle, we're going to weave it together, so you'll be able to see both sides of the paper. So you want to go ahead and color that. And then once you're all done colored and you have it where you like it, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take your scissors again, and that fold line, we're going to cut that in half, following that line. So again, take your time so that you go straight down that line, make a nice cut, and then now we have our two pieces of paper, and we're going to weave these together. So you put this one on top of this one, like this. So you're going to want to put some glue here, and Miss Patty doesn't have her glue stick, so I'm just going to staple this here. So we have them together, and then what we're going to do is we're going to weave it. So you want to start with the paper that's on the bottom, and you're going to fold it on top, fold it over, and you're going to fold this over, and you're going to keep going. And I want you to take your time doing this, because I want you to make sure they're nice and square, and that you have really good folds, and they're really tight. So we keep doing this all the way up. Just keep going back and forth. Like I said, take your time. I'm just doing this to show you. So when you do yours, just take your time and make it real tight. And then you'll have your last piece, and go ahead and fold it over. Fold it, crunch it, and then go ahead and get your glue stick and put some glue on here, and then fold it down so it's real tight. Again, if you don't have your glue stick, you could use tape to tape this, or again, just a stapler and just staple that tight. So now you have your candle. Now you can pull it apart. Don't pull it tightly and don't pull it a lot, but just kind of pull it so it stretches out a little bit. So there's your candle. So now we'll put that off to the side. Now go ahead and get your other half of the white paper. And again, if you have your construction paper, we're going to work on the base and the flame with this part. So if you want to use your different colored paper for your base, your construction paper, go ahead and pull that out and cut a strip just like this, top to bottom, this wide out of your construction paper that you're going to use for your base. And for those that are using the white paper, we're just going to take this, and again with our scissors, and that line down the middle, we're going to go ahead and cut the line straight down. So again, take your time, keep it straight and nice, and do that. And then put this one off to the side for later, and then this is going to be our base. So those that have the construction paper, you're all set, and what both of you need to do is just take this and fold it in half. So now you have your base, and the white ones, if you want to color on the white paper, go ahead. I decided I was going to color mine brown, so I'm just going to get my brown crayon, but you could use whatever color, or again, if you want to leave it plain, just get my brown crayon, and I'm just going to color it so it's all colored up. And then once you're done with that, we'll take our candle, and we're going to place the candle in the center of this. But what I want you to do before you tack it in is to look and decide which is the best front. You want to put your best front forward. So look at it and decide which one looks the best forward. Then when you have that decided, go ahead, put it on the center, so that looks good. So you could go ahead and put some more glue on here and very carefully place it in the center. So again, Miss Patty's just going to take her stapler, and we'll staple that onto there. And I think the glue will help hold this, but if it doesn't, then you might want to go ahead and use the stapler to hold it on, but I think the glue will hold it. Okay, so now we'll just take that and we'll put it off to the side. Now take your last piece of white paper, and we're going to use this to make the flame. So again, if you have your construction paper, just whatever color you want to make your flame out of, get another strip of paper like this, and hopefully you'll pull out something that's fairly bright and bold and shiny. So we want this to really stand out. So when you have your strip of paper, take this, and we're going to fold it in half too. And we're going to make the flame. But as you can see, so with this one, we have to make like a little teepee for the flame. So we have to make sure that the fold's at the top of our paper. And I don't want you to make your point of your flame like this. I want to make sure you have a little bit of room at the top, because when we open it up, we need to be able to have it stand up so we could secure it to the top. So get your marker or your crayon and go ahead and draw your flame. Again, make sure you leave that room. And you don't want to make your flame too big, because you don't want it bigger as the candle, and you don't want to make it too small because you want to be able to see it. So make your flame. So there's mine, made my flame. You can see the top. And then when you're done with that, I want you to make a little base. So we're going to draw a little box, not very big, just a little box, because we're going to use that as our anchor that we could secure the flame to for the top of the candle when we're all done. So now that you have that, So that's what mine looks like again. And again, remember, make sure that the fold is at the top of your flame. So we'll go ahead and cut this out. And just take your time. We'll cut this, and then we're going to open it up, and then you could color it. And again, you want to try to make it really bright colors. Tried to make mine bright. I think that one came out the brightest. But open it up like this, and then get your crayons or marker. I chose yellow, red, and orange. So I'm going to color this, try to make it real bright orange. We'll color it all in. Get some red to make the flames with it. Make that kind of bright, put that in there. Get some yellow, give it some brightness, more bright colors to it. Okay, and then when you're all done with that, done, then what I want you to do is I want you to take these flaps and I want you to just fold it up from the base. Just fold it up. Okay, like that. You see it? Fold it up. And then we'll do this side. Just fold it up. Okay, so now you have the two little flaps like this, and I want you to just put a little bit of glue on both sides of those. And then now you have to make sure when you go to put it on, which is the front of your candle, which way's front, and then you want to make sure that the flame is in the front. You don't want the flame to go on sideways. You want the flame to go up front. So when you're done with that, just take that, put your glue on there, and you could just glue that on top. And again, if you don't have glue stick, I found out this is a little bit better with tape than it is with the stapler. It's kind of hard to staple this on top. So then you just take that and you tape those on the top. So now you have your flame sitting on top of your base, or on your candle, and your candle's on top of your base. So now you have your candle. And the last thing I would like you to do is to go ahead with a marker or a crayon, and I would like you to write in today's Bible verse so that you'll remember it. Now, for me, I write big, so I wasn't able to get it all on. So I was only able to put in light, and I just put let your light shine on this side. So maybe you'll write smaller and you can put it all in, but if not, at least do that. So let your light shine, and we want to put the verse where it came from, Matthew 5, verse 16. And then when you're all done, then you can put it in your room or the kitchen or your family room, or maybe you could put it on your kitchen table so that when you look at it, you'll remember to let your light shine for the good deeds and to thank God. Okay, everybody, thank you. Have a good week.